Good morning, guys. Hope you're doing good. Today's book reading is by Mel Robbins. It's called The High Five Habit. The high five attitude is the ability to anchor down into hope, optimism, and faith. For over a year now, the world has been grappling with a pandemic that has affected everyone emotionally, So, for over a year now, the world has been grappling with a pandemic that has affected everyone emotionally, socially, economically, and mentally. How do we cultivate the resilience we need to build back better? It is by learning to fill ourselves with a positive mental attitude and building confidence in our capacity to do what may seem daunting or impossible. The high five habit is a simple strategy that teaches you to empower, support, and cheer for yourself. You become undefeatable by learning how to lift yourself up when life knocks you down. You can take control of your life and create what you want with it. The high five habit is for real people trying to make real changes in their lives. You can learn to believe in yourself again. Note that word, again. Because you were not born doubting yourself or second guessing yourself or feeling beaten down. Celebration, love, confidence, and optimism are wired in your DNA. And you have not lost that. You have just been blocked from it and you can tap back into it with the right amount of encouragement and support. Are you ready to high five yourself? You find stories of people making the same changes you are trying to make. We are more alike than we are different. You find stories of people making the same changes you are trying to make. We are more alike than we are different, and learning about those who face similar challenges empowers us to do the same. Everybody struggles with feeling energized, focused, and confident. We're struggling with all the uncertainty. If there was ever a time to learn how to take control, put ourselves first, and cheer ourselves forward, it's right now. We all need to learn how to make a major pivot, to feel more encouraged instead of waiting for the world to go back to normal. We can't wait for the world to decide what will happen. We must determine what happens in our own lives. You will learn to look in the mirror and see someone you love, to believe in yourself, and to have a positive outlook on life. The tools in this summary will help you transform your relationship with yourself to relate well with others. Your relationship with you is the foundation for every other relationship you have in your life. The way you see yourself will determine how the rest of the world sees you. Therefore, you must be your own cheerleader. Every day, in the morning, stand in front of a mirror and appreciate your being. When you celebrate yourself, you start a chain reaction that builds the momentum you need to achieve the results you seek in your marriage, job, parenting, friendship, and even health. Your perception of others depends on how you see yourself. If you trash yourself, you will eventually trash others as well. So you must end this self-sabotaging behavior and begin to encourage instead of demeaning yourself by repeating actions that reinforce belief in yourself, you will reprogram your subconscious mind to replace thoughts that take you down with thoughts that lift you up. Instead of jealousy, anxiety, fear, and doubt, you start to have faith, hope, love, and compassion. Stand in front of a mirror and give yourself a high five. You can take a picture of you doing the high five to carry during the day as a reminder that you can do the impossible. Giving yourself a high five gives you validation. It doesn't matter where you are or the challenge you're facing, you can give yourself a high five free of charge. Instantly, you'll notice that you wear a smile, have a positive mood, and begin to take action to surmount your challenges. It is impossible to think negatively about yourself while giving yourself a high five. Move your face out of the screen, please, so I don't want to slap you. A high five helps you be in the moment rather than worrying about the future or regretting the past. Both the action and the intention force you to fully present while giving a high five to someone else or to yourself. And that habit of worrying that normally hijacks you, when you start brushing your teeth, gets silenced by the act of raising up your hand. The mental death spiral ends and the focus begins. I see you. I believe in you. I am here with you. You got this. Giving yourself a high five unleashes self-love and self-acceptance and enables you to see your inner self and what it can do. The high five moment creates validation and internal reflection that is necessary for productivity. When you give your mirror image a high five, your mood will change and your perspective will shift because you will feel visible and able to play a bigger game. When you give someone else a high five, you're celebrating and praising them for their being, not their effort or aptitude. A high five is a non-verbal declaration of your belief in the recipient. A study published in the Frontiers of Psychology journal titled High Fives Motivate reveals that students who got high-fived during a task performed better than those who only received praise and no high five for their efforts. While mantras are good, they are ineffective unless you believe what you're saying. The high five is a non-verbal mantra that we've already believed to mean we have confidence in the person we are giving it to. In this case, you. When you give yourself a high five, you prove to your brain, I'm the kind of person who cheers for themselves. It's a physical act of joining in with yourself, acknowledging yourself, and trusting yourself. You see, Berkeley researchers found that NBA teams that high fived the earliest in the season had a higher chance of winning. Along with other signs like fist bumps and claps, the high five communicated trust and confidence among team players. Team with lousy body language are less likely to win even if they have talent among them. The same rules apply in the workplace. The same rules apply in the workplace and life generally. A 3 year study conducted by Google to discover what makes for the best teams found that psychological safety is the differentiating factor, not skill or money. When a team validates its members and demonstrates genuine care, each team member becomes willing to make sacrifices for the team. Neurobics is a body of research discovered by Dr. Lawrence Katz, a neurobiologist at Duke University. A neurobic exercise is an act of pairing a routine activity done in an unexpected way with emotion to create new pathways in the brain. For example, high fiving others is an everyday activity. The unexpected is high fiving yourself. The associated emotion is celebrating them and telling them you can see them. The same celebratory feeling is communicated to your brain when you high five yourself. Stop giving yourself negative labels and choose to separate the behavior from your personality. Quit victimizing yourself. You're not evil or a selfish person, so stop doing it. You can feel bad for doing things you shouldn't be doing, but do not equate the behavior to your being. For example, you can feel bad for not walking the dog, but you should not see yourself as a disappointment or a failure because of what you did or didn't do. When you label the behavior, you can focus on changing it. But if you choose to describe yourself as a bad person, you will eventually believe it, making it your identity. Shame is like a pair of dark sunglasses. It colors everything you see. How do you keep yourself from believing you're a failure? Well, you've started by identifying how you victimize yourself. You've spotted what needs to change. Make a promise not to call yourself those names. Create habits of empowering yourself because forgiving and supporting yourself as you move forward is how you break the pattern of victimizing yourself. You learn to celebrate yourself and get the motivation you do the action that transforms your life. When self love replaces self victimization, you begin to experience transformation in your life. Transformation doesn't happen overnight. You must consistently do things that empower your spiritually, empower you spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. Taking little steps daily in the right direction creates a compounding effect over time. Change is possible. Every day, you get an opportunity to choose differently and live a new life based on the wisdom you've gained from your past experiences and previous beliefs. If your previous beliefs served you well, you wouldn't be where you are now. Therefore, find the courage to do things differently. Forgive yourself. Silence the internal bully that talks you down every time. And evict the bully by intentionally choosing encouragement, compassion, forgiveness, celebration, and self support. When you have compassion for yourself, you will begin to have epiphanies that lead you to replace your old labels. change is possible. Every day you get an opportunity to choose differently and live a new life based on the wisdom you've gained from your past experiences and previous beliefs. When you have compassion for yourself, you will begin to have epiphanies that lead you to replace your old labels positive, with positive, encouraging, and supportive ones. It will help you build the life you love. Choose your thoughts and take action to prove that the thought you've chosen is true. What you think about is what you see. If you believe you're a terrible person, you will continue to see evidence that supports the thought. However, things begin to change when you let the idea of you as a bad person pass through your mind without emotionally getting attached to it. Here's a simple exercise to help you practice changing how you see the world. I want you right now, at the moment, to look for naturally occurring heart shapes in the world around you. This exercise trains your mind to choose to look for what you consider important. Similarly, if you look for evidence that proves you're a good person, your mind will find it. If you seek money making opportunities everywhere you go, your mind will find them. So why don't you look around you in the room and tell me if you can see any heart shape? Almost. Almost. That's a heart. If you don't see it, you make it happen. That's a heart. The little fold in the water case. Your mind changes when you tell it what you wish to see in your word. Your mind shows you the word that you want it to show you. It has the potential to show you the word of a bad person just as it can show you the word of a good person. Have you ever bought a new car and all you can see on the road are cars that look like the one you bought? By simply looking for heart-shaped objects in your world, you will build the capacity to manifest anything you desire. Then you can apply the same principle to eliminate negative thoughts that limits you. You may not determine what goes into your mind, but you can determine what stays there. When the thoughts pop up, you need to tell yourself, I'm not thinking about that. But it is not enough to stop thinking negative thoughts. You must replace them with a new belief. What do you want to think about in place of that thought? Pick a meaningful mantra and create visual cues to encourage you to practice the new thought. You can write it on a post-it note and stick it on your mirror, or write it on your mirror with a dry erase marker. Combine the new mantra with actions that match the new belief you're building. Just as thoughts determine actions, you can use actions to change your thoughts patterns. For example, choosing to give yourself a high five may reinforce the idea that you're a good person after all. You can conspire with your mind to manifest the type of life you want to live. When you permit yourself to believe you can have what others might consider impossible, your mind opens and begins to conjure ways to make what you're thinking about possible. The things you feel attracted to are profoundly personal and immediately enter your subconscious because all your senses attune to the object of your desire. No one else sees it the way you do, and no one can get you what you want if you don't put in the work. When visualizing something you want to achieve, focus on the steps you need to take and not just the results. Many people have dreams but do not manifest the steps to their dreams. When you learn to pay attention to the steps you need to take, you'll begin to see things around you that can help you bring the dream to reality. Also, you align your mind and body to the feeling that the visualization evokes. Use your mind to get what you want in life. Never stop believing in yourself and your capacity to surmount any obstacle that stands in the way of your dream. The timeline you set may change, but eventually the universe will grant your request if you do not stop visualizing your dream. The odds might be against you, but you should never lose trust in your ability to achieve your dreams. Did you know visualizing yourself taking specific actions stimulates the same brain regions as when you're actually performing those actions? Try it for now. I want you to try yourself, like visualize yourself doing something, certain things you like to do, and tell me what you feel. Just don't fall asleep. What's our conclusion from this amazing book? It's time to cheer for you. Just ask yourself, how do I want to feel in every aspect of my life? You can have a high five life, a high five marriage, and a high five job. You can be a high five parent, a high five friend, and a high five boss. You can be seen and acknowledged and feel the forward momentum of your strength, genius, and conviction pulling you forward. The strategies shared in this summary will help you to achieve all these. You will celebrate yourself and make a habit of supporting and empowering yourself. The most powerful forces in the world are encouragement, celebration, and love. But perhaps you have withheld these from yourself for far too long. Hopefully, the high five habit will help you open the doors to these forces, reconnect with yourself, and bask in the high energy of joy. By focusing on what's wrong and past trauma you've experienced or caused, you prevent yourself from experiencing life as you should. You can flip this mindset and choose to focus on what's right. Wake up and start treating yourself better than you've been doing till now. Each morning, give yourself a high five and choose to train your mind to seek evidence that supports rather than limits you. You can give yourself a high five just like that or right in the mirror. You must love yourself if you want others to love you. If you don't love yourself, and I don't mean it in a like kind of selfish way, but if you don't love yourself and appreciate yourself, you will not be convinced no matter how people tell you they love you, because you don't love yourself. This is very important, the number one key. You have to love yourself if you want others to love you. Becoming your own cheerleader will invite others to cheer you to success. Take control of your life by high-fiving yourself in different ways. The high five habit overhauls the thoughts and beliefs that take you down mentally and installs powerful and inspiring thoughts that produce the result you seek. Try this. Take up the high five challenge for the next 5 days. You don't have to say a word. Just stand up to a mirror early in the morning and give your mirror image a high five. Record how that changes your mood and your attitude during the day. Take a picture of your mirror image while giving yourself the high five and look at it later in the day. It sounds incredible, but will transform your life in remarkable ways. Thank you very much, guys. God bless you. Enjoy your Friday. If you missed this reading, don't forget to check the replay. Give it a like, share it, and I will see you in another reading if the Lord permits.